Hello guys, welcome to Bhavna's Online Academy. So in this video we are going to see all the illustrations and practical problems from ICAI study material for ESOP, and those who have not yet seen all the concepts, I have first explained all the concepts in the part 1 of ESOP. I'll try to link it in the I button as well as in the description box below. So first check that out, see all the concepts and then come back to these sums. So yes guys.
So now let's start with the illustration number 1. So here they have told you that the company has its share capital divided into shares of 10 each. So from here what you will get? You will get your face value. Then on 1st April 2000, we'll keep it as 2011. Okay, X1 means you can take any year, we'll take it as 2011. You can take it as 2001 also, 2021 also. Okay, 2011. It granted 10,000 employee stock options at rupees 40. So first question alone, I'll explain each and every part. From next question, I'll not explain like this, okay? So on 1st April 2011, it has granted its employee means this is your grant date, okay? 10,000 employee stock options. 10,000 employee stock options means directly they have given you options here. They have directly given you the number of options. You need not do number of employees into number of shares. Directly they have given you 10,000 options. At 40 rupees means what is this 40 rupees? Can you guys tell me? What is this 40 rupees? This 40 rupees is your exercise price. This 40 rupees is your exercise price. Very good. You can just type EP, MB or FV and all. I'll understand by that. You need not type it as a whole. Okay. And they have told you that the market price was 130 rupees. Okay. The options were to be exercised between 15th March and 31st March 2012. 15th March 2012 to 31st March 2012. So how many days do you have as an exercise period? Do you have any vesting period and all here? So what case is this? Is the first case more than 1 year, or is it the second case less than 1 year? More than 1 year or less than 1 year? What is the case here? Less than 1 year case. So in less than 1 year case, what is the one thing that you need to remember? Two things that you need to remember actually. What are the two things you need to remember? If you can just drop in hints there. No lapse entry. Very good, Priya. What is the second thing that you need to remember? No ESO outstanding account. You have to debit ECE, employee compensation expense account, while you are passing the entry, and by the year end you have to also transfer the ECE to P&L account. Very good. Perfect, guys. Awesome. Okay. So here you have only 15 days, I suppose, for exercising. Okay. So the employee exercised their options for 9,500 shares only. So what happened to the remaining 500 shares? The shares options are lapsed, but for these lapsed shares, you will not pass any entry since you have not accumulated anything. Okay. So 9,500 shares only they have used, and the remaining options were lapsed. The company closes its book on 31st March every year. So for this now you have to pass an entry. Okay, the entry is very easy, guys. Okay. See. So here first you would need to jot down. So whether you have to see whether they have given market value or fair value. Here they have given you market value. Only market value 130 rupees. Exercise value or exercise price is 40 rupees. What is the intrinsic value or discount amount? What is the intrinsic value or discount amount? 130 minus 40. 90 rupees. 90 rupees is your discount value. This you will use while you are passing the entry of employee compensation expense. So first you have to do bank account debit. Bank account debit will be 9,500 shares into how much money the company has received. The company's exercise value was 40 rupees. So 40 rupees it would have received. So it will be 3,80,000. Next is employee compensation expense account debit. This will be nothing but 9,500 into the intrinsic value or 90 rupees. So which is nothing but 130 minus 40, which is 8,55,000 rupees. Then two equity share capital. Face value how much? It is 10 rupees. So 9,500 into 10 rupees, 95,000 rupees. Two securities premium, whatever the balance is. Or usually take the balance, or you will get confused, or you can do market value minus face value as I already told you. And you will get it as 11,40,000 rupees. And finally, what you have to do, this employee compensation. Sorry. One second. Yeah. Finally, what you have to do is employee compensation expense account. You have to transfer it to P&L by the year end, 31st March. P&L account to employee compensation expense 8,55,000 to 8,55,000. Okay. So it's the first sum clear, guys. So if this is clear, all other sums, not 99% you will be able to do. Is it clear? So usually in the exam, mostly they will ask you less than 1 year questions only. Okay, mostly in the exam only this type of questions are asked. Very rarely only they'll ask you a big question from ESOP. Okay, yes. Okay, perfect. So illustration number 2. So from this illustration, I'll go on quickly. If you have any doubts, you can tell me to stop and explain once again. Okay, yes. Okay, so ABC grants 1,000 employee stock options for 40 rupees, 40 rupees in exercise value. When the market value of the share is 160 rupees, market value of the share is 160 rupees. Vesting period is 2.5 years. That means this is a case of more than 1 year. Here your employee compensation expense will be accumulated. Okay, and the maximum exercise period they have told you is 1 year. So 2.5 years of vesting period, 1 year of exercise period after that. Okay. They have told you that 300 unvested options lapse on 1/5/2012 and 600 options are exercised on 30/6/2013. And then again 100 vested options lapse at the end of exercise. So when such kind of information is given, it's better to draw a timeline always. Okay, so when does it start? So when does it actually start? They have given, okay. So we'll start it from, wait, just give me a second. Yeah, it's 1/4/20, okay, 1/4/2010. So 1/4, we'll take it as 31st March, okay. Yeah, okay, you can take it. So 1/4/2010. One second, guys. Then you have 31st March 2010. So this is 1 year. Then you have 31st March 2011, second year. So you only have 2.5 years, right? So 0.5 only you have to take here because 2.5 years only in total. Then again 1 year here. Okay. So 0.5 means April, May, June, July, August, September. Okay. September end is it, if I'm not wrong. Is it 30 days or 31 days? I think it should be 30. Just correct me if I'm wrong somewhere, okay? 39/2011. Then after 1 year means it will be 39/2012. This is your exercise period. This is your vesting period. Is it clear? Okay, so this is how your timeline is actually. I'll just have a cross check if... No, wait. Something is wrong. April, May, June, July, August, September. They have given you 2.5 years only, right? Okay, we'll just see. Just give me a second, guys. I've just got a little confused here with the timeline. I think what I've drawn is correct only. Is there any mistake with the timeline I've drawn? It's 110 here, 36 there. The year end is 31st March. Yes, 31st. First year. Okay, this is 11. This will be 12. This will be 12 and this will be 13. Okay. Other than that, I think they have given us 36 and all. Okay. So we'll see the time. During the sum. For now, we'll understand the sums. If there is any because I have just seen the timeline, I think there's some confusion with that. Let's see. Okay. For us now, time isn't important. The time period is what is important for us, right? Okay. So they have told the 300 unvested options have lapsed on 1/5/2012. So 1/5/2012, when does it come? 1/5/2012, it will come here, right? So here what have happened? 300 options have lapsed. So what will happen? Here you had 1,000 options. Here you had 1,000 options. But while calculating EC for this 500 options, you will only calculate it at 700. Because already 300 options have lapsed there. Okay. Then what will happen? Then finally they tell you that 600 options were exercised. So here out of this remaining 700, here in this exercise period 600 options were exercised and 100 options were lapsed. Is this timeline clear to you? Have everybody drawn this timeline? I hope it is clear. Okay. So now here roughly we will create the ECE expense account fast, quickly. Okay. So everybody with me, fastly will create. So for year one, how much it will be? 1,000 options into discount. How much is the discount? It is market value minus exercise value. Market value is 160 rupees. Exercise value is 40 rupees. The remaining intrinsic value will be 120 rupees. So 120 rupees will be your remaining intrinsic value. Yes, it is 120 rupees into how much period is completed? 1 year out of 2.5 years. So how much is this minus? Is there any expense already recognized? The answer is 0. No. So it will be 1,000 into 120 divided by 2.5. So it is going to be 48,000 ECE in the first year. In the second year, it is going to be again 1,000 options. 1,000 into 120 into 2 by 2.5. So it is going to be 96,000. This is going to be 96,000 minus, have you already recognized something? Yes, we have already recognized this 48,000. So minus 48,000. Second year, how much you have to recognize? You have to recognize 48,000 again. Okay. So is the first 2 years entry clear? The third entry is where you have the catch. Third entry, here will you do 1,000 into 120 or what you will do? Please answer quick. I know you guys are calculating, but also answer here. I'm the one who is taking, right? I need you guys to answer. So how much options will you write here? Quick, we don't have time. Okay, yes, very good. So it is 700 into 120 into multiplied by 2.5 by 2.5. Okay. So what happens here? So it will be 700 into 120 into 2.5 into 2.5. This will be 84,000 rupees. From this, how much you have already, taken into account? You have to see how much have you already recognized. It is 48,000 plus 48,000, which is nothing but 96,000 you have already recognized. So what happens? 96,000 you have already recognized. See, you only had to recognize in total, you only had to recognize 84,000 rupees because for all the 2.5 years, you had to only recognize for 84,000. Why? Because 300 options, because here the 300 options have anyways lapsed. That means the amount that you had accumulated for these 300 options is of waste only. So what happens is that this 300, for this 300 options in this 2 years, you would have already accumulated amount, that itself you will adjust with the third year. In simple terms, don't confuse anything, whatever I said, if you didn't understand. 84,000 is how much you have to create. Already created 96,000 rupees. That means 96,000 minus 84,000. What is the balance? 12,000. This 12,000, what is this? Extra balance. Where will you transfer this extra balance? Can someone answer me? Where will you transfer this? This both will go to ESO outstanding account. This will also go to ESO outstanding account. Yes, very good. This extra 12,000 rupees, transfer it to general reserve. That's it. Give an entry like ESO outstanding, because here extra you have done, from 96,000, 12,000 you don't need. You have already credited this. So currently debit it with 12,000 because you don't need the extra balance and put it into general reserve 12,000. Clear, guys? I hope it is clear. Okay. So these are the 3 years ECE. Okay. First, we'll see the journal entries in relation to it. So this will be employee compensation expense account to employee stock option outstanding 48,000 first year. Then you will transfer it to P&L account 48,000. Again in the second year, same way. You will put the entries 48,000, transfer it to P&L account 48,000. Oh, one second. In third year, you only have 700 employees left, due to which you have an excess of 12,000. So this excess of 12,000, as I told, you can do employee stock option outstanding to general reserve account. 12,000. Okay. Then, okay, this all of this has come to an end. Okay, these 2.5 years have come to an end. Okay. Okay, guys. So now, one second. Okay, so now we'll concentrate on journal entries regarding the dates. At the end, I will clarify whatever it is. Okay, so now after this, you have something known as your exercise period. So you had 700 employees, out of which 600 exercise and 100 options labs. So 600 exercise means bank how much money you will get. You will get 600 into 40 rupees of exercise price, 24,000 rupees. Employee stock option outstanding, how much you will do? 600 options into 120 rupees. Your intrinsic value or discount value, 72,000. 2 equity share capital, 600 into 10, 6,000. Your face value amount. And remaining balance, you can give it here as 90,000, or you can do market value minus face value. Market value, how much was it? I think it was 160. Yes. So market value was 160 minus face value 10, that is for 150 rupees. You can do 600 into 150 rupees and you can give this journal entry. Okay. So here what has happened, see. So how much totally you had in reserve? So how much was your total accumulated reserve? Can someone tell me how much was your total accumulated reserve all these 3 years, through these 3 years, or through your vesting period? First, how much was your accumulated one? 84,000 was your accumulated one. Correct. And here how much have you used? 72,000 you have used. How much is the unused balance here? How much is the unused balance here? 12,000 rupees is unused balance here. Correct. 72,000 you have used for the ESOP. 12,000 is unused balance. That 12,000 rupees you have to transfer it to general reserve account. You must not do using 300 options and everything. Don't do that, please, because in few questions you will not get the correct answer. Always you have to see how much balance is there minus how much you have already used. Remaining amount, transfer it to this account. Okay, please don't you do using options. Now itself I'm telling you, transfer the unused balance to this general reserve. Okay, illustration number 3. Illustration number 2, I hope everything is clear. So here they tell Arians Limited has a share capital divided into equity shares of 10 each. So this is your face value. Face value. Okay. Then they tell you that 20,000 stock options are there and it is at 50 rupees per share. 50 rupees is your exercise value. Okay. Then when the market price of the share was 120 rupees, the options are to be exercised between 10th of December 2011 and 31st March 2012. So what is this case? Answer me and read the remaining question. The employees exercised their options for 16,000 shares only. So out of 20,000, only 16,000 they have used and the remaining options have been lapsed. Okay, and the company closes its book on 31st March every year. They have told you to show journal entries with narration. So here when we are seeing, we are not seeing with narration. So whenever you write in your exam, just go through the narration also, because that also carry marks. So whenever you write your journal entry, write journal entries with narration. They have told you to close the books up to 31st March 2012. Only Priya has answered. Why is it so? I asked everybody the question, right? Here, very good. Now Pragya has also answered. Okay. So the vesting period is less than 1 year here. So two things you have to remember. No lapse entry. ECE account will be only there. No ESOP outstanding account. So here it will be nothing. See, 16,000 shares you have taken. Market value was 120 rupees. Exercise value was 50 rupees. Intrinsic value or discount will be 120 minus 50, which is 70 rupees. So this is the amount for which you have to create ECE. So the entry is simple. Bank account 16,000 shares into 50 rupees. 50 rupees is your exercise value. Sorry, 50 rupees is your exercise value. Then employee compensation expense, intrinsic value you have to do 16,000 into 70 rupees. Then 2 equity share capital, face value of 10 rupees. 2 securities premium, either balance or market value minus face value. Market value is 120 rupees, face value 10 rupees, so 110 rupees, and this entry is over. Next, this same employee compensation expense, you have to transfer it to P&L account here. 11,20,000, 11,20,000. I went very quickly through the journal entries. Did you guys understand the journal entry or not? Or should I go a little bit slow at the speed, okay? Just let me know if the speed is okay or should I slow down, okay? Just tell me also, understood, okay, right? Okay, perfect. Okay, next illustration number 4. They tell you that Ajanta grants 120 stock options for 460 of its employees. So here, see, they tell you that they grant 160 stock options to each of its 400 employees. That means for each employee, they have given 120 stock options. That means then in such case, for 460 employees, how many stock options you have to calculate and tell me. For so 460 employees, how many stock options? 460 into 120. 460 into 120. Very good. 55,200 options totally. Okay, so these words and all carefully you have to read in the question. 55,200 options. Very good. They have told that each grant is conditional on the employee working for Ajanta over the next 3 years. That means 3 years is their vesting period. Ajanta has estimated that the fair value of each share only they have given you. So you have to do fair value minus exercise price is 12 rupees. Ajanta estimates that 25% of its employee will leave during this 3-year period. And so forfeit their rights to share option. Everything turns out as expected. So whatever the Ajanta Limited has estimated, according to that only you have to do. So if they have estimated that out of 460 employees, 25% will go, then for remaining only you have to calculate. That means 460 employees, if 25% goes off, they will be left with 345 employees. They will be left with 345 employees, correct? So this they have estimated by the start of 3 years itself, because they have told you that 25% will leave during the 3-year period. That means by the start of 3-year period itself, they have estimated this. So when in the question they have given you any estimate, you have to take the estimate into consideration. Okay. Okay, fine. So for 345 employees only, now you have to create ECE. So here they have just told you to required what you have to do is calculate the expense during the vesting period. So it is very easy. Period 1, period 2, period 3. 345 employees into 120 rupees. I mean 345 employees into 120 rupees. Total options will be 345 into 120. 41,400 options. Here also 41,400 options. Here also 41,400 options. Into what is the discount amount? So the discount or intrinsic value is fair value 12 rupees. Fair value of share. Oh, sorry. Here they have not given you fair value of each share. I made a mistake. They have given you fair value of each share option. They have given you the fair value of each share option itself. Last word take into consideration. Okay, so the last word you have to take into consideration. So fair value of option itself they have directly given you, which is 12 rupees. Right, so this will be into 12 into 12 into 12 into the period. Period will be 3 years. So 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 3 by 3. So the first year minus 0 you have to do. No already already. There is nothing that you have already expended. So it will be 41,400 into 12 by 3, which is 165,600. Okay, next year same way you will calculate and you will do minus 165,600. The same way here, whatever the amount comes, you have to do minus this amount and the total employee expense you will get. So it is nothing, see. So it came as employee expense for the period was 165,600. You did that. Then again, then in the second year, you got it as 3,31,200, from which if you reduce this 165,600, you got this amount. For third year, you got this 496,800. From this, if you reduced 3,31,200, you got this amount. Okay. So I hope all of this is clear. Is there any doubt? Is in this sum, do you have any doubt? If you have any doubt, you can just try to solve it. Okay. Easy sum only. You will be able to solve it. I hope there is no doubts. Okay. Next is P Limited granted options for 8,000 equity shares for nominal value of 10. Of nominal value of 10 rupees. Okay. Nominal value means nothing but your face value. Nominal value means face value. Okay. Nominal value means face value. 8,000 equity shares they have told. Options of 8,000 equity share. Okay. At 80 rupees. 80 rupees is nothing but your exercise value. Next, the market value of the share was 170 rupees. Vesting period was 4.5 years. 4,000 unvested option lapsed on 1st December 2012. and 3,000 options were exercised on 30th September 2015. 1,000 options were lapsed at the end of exercise period. Pass journal entries for the above transaction. Okay. So here again, we'll take out all the information. So your face value was 10 rupees. Your market value was 170 rupees. Your exercise value was 80 rupees. So your intrinsic value was 170 minus 80. 170 minus 80, which is nothing but 90 rupees. 170 minus 80, 90 rupees is your intrinsic value for which you will create employee compensation expense. Okay. So how your options are for 8,000 equity shares. So how many options do you have? Your options are 8,000. Okay. Next, what they tell you is your vesting period is for 4.5 years. Okay, their grant date was actually 1st October 2010. Okay, from this you have to calculate 4.5 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 years. Okay. So 4 years means it will be 31st March 2011, 31st March 2012, 31st March 2013, 31st March 2014, 31st, no, this will be, so what is the year end? Yeah, the year end is 31st March only. So this is 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, and then it will be 30th September 2014. So this is 4.5 years. Okay, so this is the timeline. So here they tell you that on first, see here, on 1st December 2012, 4,000 options were lapsed. When is 1st December 2012? So 1st December 2012 will fall here, right? So here what happened? 4,000 options were lapsed. First year there are only 6 months. Oh, right. Okay, I did a wrong calculation. Okay, wait. Just give me a second. Okay, fine. So 1 second, guys. So here your grant date is 1/10/2010. Okay, so your grant date is 1/10/2010. So here your this will be 1.5. This will be 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, and 4.5. Why did I take out these dates? It will be same only, right? 3/1/2011, 31, 12, 31, 13, 31, 14, 31, 3, 15. Okay. Okay. Now I hope the timeline is clear. So here what happened was on 1st December 2012, 4,000 options were lapsed. So when is 1st December 2012? So it lies between this period. Okay, so in between this period, 4,000 options were lapsed. So we started with how many options? 8,000 options here. 8,000 options here. Here, since 4,000 options were lapsed, you are left with only 4,000 options. Then they told that 3,000 options were exercised on 30th September 2015. 30th September, again you have to draw, I think this is your exercise period. 31st, what is 30th September, I believe. Yes, 30th September 2015. So on this date, you exercised how many options? You exercised 3,000 options and 1,000 options were lapsed. That means over 3.5 and 4 years also it will be 4,000 and 4,000 only. By this end, it will be 3,000 and 1,000 option lapsed. Is this timeline clear to you? So by the mid of by 2.5 years, your 4,000 options were lapsed. Okay. So here they have told you that for this, what you have to do, you have to pass journal entries. For this, you have to pass journal entries. Quickly, what we'll do is calculate employee compensation expense. You can also calculate on your own and just verify with mine. So I'll take this as first 0.5 year, then 1.5 year, 2.5 year, 3.5 year. So, and then 4.5 year. So we started with 8,000 options. Intrinsic value was 90 rupees, I believe, if I'm not wrong. 90 rupees into 0.5 by 4.5 years minus 0. If you do, you will get a value. Here, it will be 8,000 into 90 into 1.5 by 4.5. Here it will be 8,000 into, sorry, here it will be 4,000. So here it will be 4,000 into 90 into 2.5 by 4.5. Here again it will be 4,000 into 90 into 3.5 by 4.5. Here it will be 4,000 into 90 into 4.5 by 4.5. Okay. So first year, how much was it? Have you calculated? 8,000 into 90 into 0.5 by 4.5. So it was 80,000 in the first year. Second year, how much it was? 8,000 into 90 into 1.5 by 4.5. It was 2,40,000 minus you had to do 80,000. 2,40,000 minus 80,000. How much it was? 1,60,000. Third year, how much it was? It was 4,000 into 90 into 2.5 by 4.5. It was 2 lakh rupees. 2 lakh minus 1,60,000 you had to do. I mean, sorry, 2 lakh minus both of these, right? Cumulatively both. So 80,000 plus 1,60,000, it was 2,40,000. So 2 lakh minus 2,40,000 here you had to do. Here you got an excess of 40,000. What will you do with this excess of 40,000? Can someone answer? Excess of 40,000, what you will do? You tell me and move on to the next question. I mean, next one. So next one was general reserve. Very good. Perfect. General reserve, you will transfer this. 3.5 here, it was 4,000 into 90 into 3.5 by 4.5. So it was 2,80,000 rupees. 2,80,000 rupees. How much have you already accumulated? So it was 80,000 plus 1,60,000 minus 40,000. So it was 2 minus 2,40,000 only. If I'm not wrong, I'll just check once. 80,000 plus 1,60,000 minus 40,000. Sorry, it was 2 lakh, not 2,40,000. It was minus 2 lakh. So in this year, it was 80,000. Then you had 4,000 into 90 into 4.5 by 4.5, which is 3,60,000 minus how much you have already accumulated? 2,80,000. So it will be minus 2,80,000. So it is going to be 80,000. Okay. So first year 80,000, second year 1,60,000, third year minus 40,000 transfer to general reserve, fourth year 80,000, fifth, 3.5 year 80,000, 4.5 year 80,000. Okay, we'll just check. 80,000, 80,000, P&L account 80,000, 80,000. First 0.5 year done. Next to 1.5 year also it was 1,60,000, 1,60,000, 1,60,000, 1,60,000. Next to 2.5 year only we had to transfer it to general reserve account. Here what they have did is they have first accounted for 80,000 and then given a opposite entry of 1,20,000. What they have done is, okay, so what here you can do is, I'll explain this to you in the end if we have time. For now, just cancel this and directly you can write this entry itself. Okay, definitely 101% they'll give you marks in the exam even if you do this entry. Since this is a more simpler entry, the same effect will only come 1,20,000 minus 80,000, 40,000. So directly this ESOP outstanding to, general reserve, you can do 40,000, 40,000. Then in the next 3.5 year, it was 80,000, 80,000. 80,000, 80,000. Okay, sorry, that wasn't here. 80,000, 80,000. Then in the last 4.5 year, 80,000, 80,000, 80,000, 80,000. This last entry also you can cut down. Okay. Yes. Okay, fine. So until this you would have understood. Last, the bank entry alone, I'll tell you 3,000 options were exercised. 3,000 options are exercised at an intrinsic value of 80 rupees. So 2,40,000. Employee stock option outstanding was 3,000 into, this 80 rupees is exercise value. I thought I said intrinsic value. Yes. So into intrinsic value will be, how much is your intrinsic value? Your intrinsic value is 90 rupees. Into intrinsic value of 90 rupees. So it will be 3,000 into 90 rupees, 2,70,000. Equity share capital 10 rupees only you will put, since face value 30,000. Remaining amount will go to securities premium, which is 4,80,000. Okay. And finally, what you have to do is whatever the unused balance is, you have to transfer it here. So how much was your total employee compensation expense? Your total employee compensation expense was 3,60,000. So it was how much? 3,60,000, out of which how much did you use? You used 2,70,000. How much is the unused balance here? 3,60,000 minus 2,70,000. 90,000 rupees is your unused balance. That you will transfer it to general reserve. 90,000, 90,000. I hope this is also clear to you. Illustration number 5, I think. I hope that is also clear to you. Can we move on to illustration number 6? Can we move on to illustration number 6? Is there any background noise that you are hearing, guys? Is there any other background noise which is disturbing? Can I get answers? Are all the 5 illustrations clear? Is there any background noise that you are hearing, or is everything okay? Okay, fine. We'll start with illustration number 6. Okay, fine. Yes, a little. It is clear. Okay, no. Okay, fine. Okay, because there's some cleaning work that is going on behind. So that's why I asked. Okay, illustration number 6. This is a different illustration. So until now, we always seeing service-based vesting conditions only. Here now you are going to see performance-based vesting conditions. That means this much target you have to achieve. Then only you will get the option. So this is a performance-based one. Nice question. It was asked in one of your examinations also. Okay. Just give me a second, guys. Yes, okay. So illustration number 6. Illustration number 6, they tell you that Choice Limited grants 100 stock options to each of its 1,000 employees. To each of its 1,000 employees means total how much options? 1,000 into 100. 1 lakh options totally. Okay. And what is their face value? Their face, for 20 rupees. That means this is their exercise value. Exercise value is 20 rupees depending upon the employees at the time of vesting of options. Okay, options would be exercisable within a year when it is vested. So if it is vested, then the exercise period will be 1 year. That's what they are trying to tell here. Okay, market value of the share is 50 rupees. The options will vest at the end of year 1. It will vest at the end of year 1 if the earning of Choice Limited is 16%. If the earning of Choice Limited is 16%, it will vest at end of year 1. If it will vest at end of year 2, if the average earning of 2 years is 13%, or it will vest at the end of 3rd year if the average earning of 3 years will be 10%. So here they give you 3 options. You can vest the options at year 1 if your earning is 16, if the company earning is 16. No. Then you have to see if by the end of year 2 was the average earning of 2 years of the company 13%, then you can vest the options. If not, then by the end of 3rd year, you have to check if all the average of earning of 3 years is 10%. If yes, then you can vest it. If not, then nobody will be vested with any options. So here they have given you the earning also. So the first year end earning was 14%. What was their expectation? Their expectation was 16%. So did they meet their expectation? So will the options vested year end 1? Yes or no? Answer is no. Very good. Next, they have told you that the average earning of 2 years by the end of year 2, the average earning of 2 years should be 13%. Here, what is the average earning of 2 years? Let's see. The average earning of year 1 is 14%, year 2 is 10%. So 14% 10 plus 10% by 2. Average earning is actually 12% by year 2. But their expectation was 13%. So by year end, second year end also, they won't vest their option. Then they have told you that by the end of 3rd year, average earning of 3 years should be 10%. So what is average earning of 3 years? 14%, 10% and 7%. So 14% plus 10% plus 7%. By 3 you have to do. So your average earning will be 10.33%. Okay, so is it 10%? Yes, it is actually more than 10%. Very good. So your earnings is actually more than 10%. Their expectation was only 10%, but you got 10.33%. So very well. So by the end of year 3, all the options will be vested, and after that you will get 1 year of exercise period. as I told here, because within a year, it will be exercisable, correct? Okay, so this was it, and then they have told you that, then they have told you few other information also. Wait. So here they have told you that 5,000 unvested option lapsed on 31/3/2012, 4,000 unvested option lapsed on 31/3/2013, and finally 3,000 unvested option lapsed on 31/3/2014. Then they tell you 850 employees exercise their vested options within a year and remaining options lapsed past journal entries. So what is the first thing you have to do? Can someone tell me what is the first thing you have to do in such sums? What is the first thing that you have to do? I'm waiting for your answer. What is the first thing that you have to do? Draw a timeline. Very good. Perfect. So first thing that you have to do is always draw a timeline. So here now you know that it will take you around 3 years, okay, for vesting the options. So you can start. What is the grant date? The grant date was 1/4/2011. Then 31st March 2012, 31st March 2013, 31st March 2014, 1 year, second year, third year, and fourth year. This is your exercise period. This is your vesting period. This is your exercise period, which will be 31st March 2015. Okay. So now what we have to do, we have to see where options have got unvested. So on 31st March 2012. So 31st March 2012 on this date, right? Okay. So 31st, one second guys, just give me a second. Yes. So 31st March 2012, here what has happened, 5,000 options have got unvested. 5,000 options have got unvested. On 31st March 2013, 4,000 options have got unvested. And then they have told you that on 31/3/2014, 3,500 options have got unvested. 3,500 options have got unvested. And finally, they told you with whatever options are remaining, what will the options be remaining? 1 lakh minus 5,000 minus 4,000 minus 3,500, 87,500. Out of the 87,500 options that are remaining, only 850 employees have exercised their options. That means 850 employees, each employees, how much did they get? They get 100 stock options, so into 100. So 85,000 was what was actually exercised. Remaining 2,500 was lapsed. Options were lapsed. So I hope this timeline is clear. Just give me 1 minute. I'll just go get water and be back. Okay, yes, guys, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah. So we can continue. So what was I saying? So here you have to see in first year how much options, for how much options will you create ECE? So ECE is usually created at the year end only. Okay. So employee compensation expense that is created only by the year end only. So what happens here? So here totally you had 1 lakh options at the start, but by the year end 5,000 options were lapsed. So for the first year you have to create for 95,000 employees. For the second year, how much employees you have to create? 95,000 minus 4,000. 95,000 employees you have to create. And then for the third year, you have to do 91,000 minus 3,500, which is 87,500 employees. For these employees, you have to create. So regarding employees, always remember. So there might be a confusion in exam, which many people have, which I also had. So that's why I'm telling you. For regarding employees, the points you have to remember is point number 1. If there is any estimate, that by this year, this much employees will be gone. Take that estimate into consideration. Take that estimate into consideration. Point number 2. If they have told you that, see, this much employees options have unvested already, and you know it by the year end. By the year end itself, you know that this much options have gone unvested. Then take that unvested options which are given at year end also into consideration. Take that also into consideration. So these are the two things that if you remember, you will be able to solve all the questions. Okay. Okay, guys, fine. If suppose it was in the question, it was given that it is estimated that 5,000 employees would would not what do you say would leave the office. Estimate how they will tell you is they will tell you that these 5,000 employees will leave the office by year end, by year one. That is what the estimate is. So in such case, you will only calculate ECE for 95,000, or they will tell you that see by year end actually 5,000 employees have unvested their options. That means they have left the office or whatever the case may be. So in such case also 95,000 only you will take. Okay. So now let's start by calculating our ECE quickly. Okay. So you have to see by year 1, year 2, year 3. So first year you had 95,000 options. What is the intrinsic value? The intrinsic value is market value minus exercise value. Market value 50 rupees, exercise value 20 rupees, intrinsic value is 30 rupees. So 95,000 into 30 into what will you do here? Tell me that. It is 1 by 3 minus 0, right? Correct? Is it correct, guys? What is the answer? What is the answer for first year? Please tell me. Is it correct? What is the answer for first year? Tell me. Into 30. Third one would be 87,500 into 30. Okay. Are you all there in the session? Can you please answer? Will it be 1 by 3 or will it be 1 by 2? Now that I have given the option 95,000 into 30, 28,50,000 by 3. 9,50,000. The answer is actually wrong. You will not get 9,50,000 here because here we have taken 1 by 3. This 1 by 3 itself you will not take here. You will take it as 1 by 2. Why will we take it as 1 by 2? Why not 1 by 3? Because you will always have a doubt, right? Because the answer, it is because of one thing that you always see. While I am at year end 1. Okay, while I am at year end 1, and this year, if suppose I have not completed my target, what will you think? That next year also you will not complete your target, or will you think that at least next year I will complete my target? What will you think? What will you think? We will at least think that next year, whatever target is there, we will complete, and our vesting period will also get over. I'll again explain you the concept. So when you are at year end, you know that this year I have not completed, I have not completed my targets. Whether you will think that next year also you will not complete your target, or will you move on with a positive mindset that at least next year I will complete my target? You will always think that at least next year I'll complete my target. If suppose you complete your target by next year according to your estimate, then your vesting period will not be 3 years. Your vesting period will complete by 2 years itself. Okay, so that is why here when you don't take 1 by 3, you move on with a positive mindset, that because at the year end only you're creating year end 1. When you are at year end 1, you don't know what is going to happen in the further years. So you move on with a positive mindset that next year we will complete. So your vesting period is 2 years only, out of which 1 year has been completed. Is this concept clear? Please let me know. So what is the answer for first year? 95,000 into 30 divided by 2. 14,25,000. Is it clear, guys? The people who answered wrongly, can you please just confirm if you understood the concepts? In the second year, what will happen? Again, by the second year end, when you come, here you don't have any option. You think that by at least by third year end, I'll complete my option. At least by third year end, you will complete your option. So in such case, what will happen? 91,000 into 30 by 2 years already you have completed, and 3 years will be your vesting period. Okay. So in such case, what will be the answer? 91,000 into 30 into 2 by 3. So it will be 18,20,000 minus 14,25,000. I asked you whether the answer was clear. You didn't tell me that, but you are answering the question. 3,95,000. Okay. Third year it will be 87,500 into 30 into 3 by 3 minus 18,20,000. Okay, fine. If I ask 5 times only, in that one time, if your mood strikes, okay. Pavama, she's asking so many times, you guys are answering. La? Very bad. Okay, 87,500 into 30 minus 18,20,000. 8,05,000 third year expense. This is one of the most different questions that is there in the chapter. Before your exam, it's easy only if you understand the concept. No big, there's some concept or anything. But this is asked in the question, and this is a good question. Okay. So first year it was 14,25,000, 14,25,000. Second year 3,95,000, 3,95,000. Third year 8,05,000, 8,05,000. Finally, bank. So finally, I told you here, right? Only, where did it go? Okay, yeah. And then finally, 85,000 options were only exercised, 2,500 options lapsed. So 85,000 options exercise means 85,000 into exercise price 20 rupees, 17 lakh. 85,000 into, you need to do the intrinsic value directly. 85,000 into what is the intrinsic value? 30 rupees. Into 30 rupees. Is the answer coming? So 85,000 into 30 rupees. So it is 25,50,000. Then you have to do into face value 8,50,000. Balancing figure 34 lakh. Here what you have to do in the last entry is you have to see how much was the total ESO outstanding created. Total ESO outstanding created was for 18,20,000. How much have you used? You have used. Wait. Sorry. The total is not this. So it is 87,500 into 30. Sorry, it is 26 lakh. The total created is 26,25,000. Okay, this 3 you have to add. 26,25,000, out of which you have used 25,50,000 while you are issuing shares. So the remaining would be minus 25,50,000. So the remaining would be 75,000. The remaining would be 75,000. So 75,000 is the unused balance in ESO outstanding that you have to transfer to general reserve. Okay, illustration 6 is also over. So illustration number 7. So in illustration number 7, they tell you that at the beginning of year 1, an enterprise grants 10,000 stock options to a senior executive. Okay. Conditional upon the executive remaining in employment of enterprise until the end of year 3. That means they say that, see, there is one senior executive in an office. Okay. Please mute yourself. Okay. Yes. So they tell you that in the office there is one senior executive. That senior executive, to that one person alone, you give him 10,000 stock options. Okay. And you tell him that if, see, there are a few conditions. Okay. Conditional upon the executive remaining in the employment of the enterprise until 3rd year end. So till 3 years you have to work in this organization. If you work for 3 years in this organization, we will give you the ESOP option. So this is nothing but service based. Okay, service based ESOP. Okay, they tell you that the exercise price they have granted to him is 40 rupees is the exercise price. What they say here is that, however, exercise price may drop to 30. They give a condition that in some case the exercise price may go from 40 to 30. That means the exercise price may reduce. Okay, if the earnings of the enterprise increases by at least an average of 10% every year. If every year 10% is being increased, okay, in the 3 years time, if every year 10% is increased, then in such case, they tell that they will drop the exercise price from 40 rupees to 30 rupees. Here you need to tell me whether the, once again, sorry, whether the drop of price, exercise price from 40 rupees to 30 rupees, whether it is a a profit to the employee or whether it is a loss to the employee? Please tell me whether the drop in exercise price, whether it is a profit or a loss. You can answer me in the chat box. Until that, I move on to the next para. Okay. They tell that on the grant date, the enterprise is estimating that the fair value of stock options with the exercise price of 30. So they say that if the exercise price is 30, then the fair value of option will be 16 per option. The same way, if the exercise price is 40, then the fair value of option will be 12 per option. Okay, so this means this will be the intrinsic value. If the exercise price is 40, intrinsic value 12 rupees. If exercise price is 30, intrinsic value is 16 rupees. Okay, so I hope until this it is clear. So also you guys have answered that it will be a profit to the employee. Very good. Because first the exercise price decided was 40 rupees. The employee had to pay 40 rupees to get the options. Now if the earnings is going to increase by 10% every year, the employee will only have to pay 30 rupees. That means for him it's a profit. Okay. Third para, they tell you that during the year one, the earnings of the enterprise increased by 12%. Okay, so if it is increased by 12%, what did they tell you? That the exercise price will be 30 rupees. So if it is, so if the increase is more than 10%, in such case, the exercise price is going to be 30 rupees. 30 rupees. So if the exercise price is 30 rupees, then the fair value of option will be 16 rupees. Okay. Then they tell you that in the year 2, the earnings of the enterprise is increased by 13%. Again, the same, it is increased by more than 10%. Yes, I think it's more than, it is at least 10% or more than that. Okay. So it has increased more than 10% here. So here also the exercise price will be 30 only in the second year. But what happens in the third year is that then the earnings of the enterprise is increased only by 3%. If it is increased only by 3%, then in such case, what will happen? The exercise price will again go back to 40. If the exercise price goes back to 40, what will be the fair value of option or intrinsic value? It is going to be 12 rupees. Okay. So here they tell that because the earnings target was not achieved, 10,000 vested stock options have an exercise price of 40. That we itself have known. Okay. You are required to calculate the amount to be charged to profit and loss account every year on the account of compensation expenses. So they have told you to find out how much will be the ECE and how much ECE will be transferred to P&L every year. Okay, so let's find out. Yes. So we'll term is just 3 years, year 1, year 2, year 3. So how will you find out? So it will be 10,000 options into, in the first year, what is the fair value of option or intrinsic value? Since it is in exercise price is 30, the fair value of option is going to be 16. So into 16 into 1 by 3. Okay. Into 1 by 3 minus 0 if you do, you will get your first year's employee compensation expense, which will be 10,000 into 16 by 3, which is nothing but 53,333. In the second year, it is again going to be 10,000 into, same, they have the earnings is more than 10%, so intrinsic value will be 16 into 2 by 3 minus 53,333 of last year, which is going to be again 53,333, I guess. Okay, I'll just take, yes. Okay. Then again in the third year, what will happen is it will be 10,000 into, but this time the earning, since it is only 3%, that is below 10%. In such case, your intrinsic value will change to 12 rupees per option. So it will be 12 into 3 by 3, which will be 10,000 into 12 will be 1,20,000. 1,20,000 minus, you have to do into 16 into 2 by 3. It will be 1,06,667. This should actually be 4. Okay, 667. If you add these both, you will get this amount. Okay, if you do 1,20,000 minus this, the remaining part that you will have is 13,333. Okay, so this is the employee compensation expense for each year, and this amount only you will transfer to P&L every year. I hope this is clear. Is there any doubt in this illustration number 7? It's pretty, simple sum only. There's nothing much. Okay. Then let's now move on to practical questions. So practical question number 1, we have already solved. It is same as illustration number 3. So you can solve it by your own itself. The remaining 4 practical problem alone we'll see. Illustration number 2. In illustration number 2, they say S Limited grants 1,000 options to its employee on 1/4/2010 at 60 rupees. 60 rupees is exercise value. The vesting period is 2.5 years and exercise period is 1 year. Market value of the option is 90 rupees. They tell that all the options were exercised on 31/7/2013. They have told you to journalize if the face value is 10 rupees. Okay. So first you have to see what is the grant date here. So here the grant, here the grant date is 1/4/2010, right? So 1/4/10. Yeah, so 2.5 years will be your vesting period, 0.5. So this is your 2.5 years, which will be again 31/3/2011, 31/3/2012, and 0.5 years means 39/2013. And from here, 1 year will be your exercise period. 1 year exercise period means 39/2014. So this is your timeline. So throughout the period, the 1,000 options only will prevail. So every year you have to find out ECE first. So what will be the ECE every year? So we'll do it here. So just give me a second. So we'll do for year 1, year 2, and the last 0.5 years, because 2.5 years is the vesting period, right? So first year it is going to be 1,000 into 60 into 1/2.5 minus 0. Next year it's going to be 1,000 into, sorry, it's not 60. It has to be intrinsic value. So what will be the intrinsic value? The intrinsic value is nothing but market value minus exercise value. Market value here was 90 rupees. Market value is 90 rupees. Exercise value is 60 rupees. So 30 rupees, right? Yes, 39. Oh, sorry. I just made a mistake here while writing the year. Okay. 39/2012, and here this will be 39/2013. Yes, thank you. Okay. Yes. Okay. So here then for the second year, the employee compensation expense is going to be 1,000 into 30 into 2/2.5 minus year 1 expense. The same way in the last 0.5 year, it's going to be 1,000 into 30 into 2.5/2.5 minus the expense for the first 2 years. Okay. So this is how your employee compensation expense is going to be. Can someone tell me what are the expenses for all the 3 years? For the first year, it is 1,000 into 30 divided by 2.5. Are we making some mistake? Just give me a second. So it is 1,000 options to its employee into 30 rupees divided by 2.5. Yeah, okay, it's right only. So first year it's 12,000. Somebody has also answered. Okay, second year also it is 12,000, and third year it is 6,000. Very good. The same thing you will write here. First year 12,000. Second year also 12,000. Third year 6,000. Okay, after that finally you have to pass the bank entry. So what will be that entry? So this they have given us 2 separate entry. We can write it as a single entry itself. So first we can write bank account debit. It will be how much? 10,000 into how much you will give to the bank. Exercise value you will give it to the bank. So exercise value is 60 rupees. Then next you will do ESO outstanding. It will be nothing but 10,000 into your intrinsic value, which is 30. To share capital. Share capital you will do 10,000 options into 10 rupees face value. Securities premium balancing figure you can write, or you can also do 10,000 into market value minus face value. What was the market value here? Market value was 90 rupees. So 90 minus 10 rupees, which is 80 rupees. Okay. So this will be 60,000, 30,000, 10,000 and 80,000. So this will be your journal entry. So here what they have done is they have first did bank account, 2 equity share capital, 2 securities premium account, 50,000. Then again they have debited ESOP outstanding account, and in the securities premium account, they have put in 30,000. So if you add these both, you will get 80,000 only. So one entry they have separated and done here. Okay. Easy sum only. We'll move on to illustration number 3. Illustration number 3, they tell that the company has a share capital divided shares of 10 rupees each. So 10 rupees is its face value. On 1/1/2011, it granted 5,000 employee stock options at 50 rupees. 50 rupees is its exercise value. Market value was 140 rupees. The options were to be exercised between 1/3/2012 and 31/3/2012. What is this condition? Less than 1 year condition, correct? This is 1 month only. So here the exercise period is less than 1 year, which is only for 30 days. Okay. Then they tell you that the employees exercise their options for 4,800 shares only. Remaining options lapsed. Pass the necessary journal entries, they have told you. Okay. So here it is very easy. This sum is very easy. So how much, so you just need to find out first what is the intrinsic value. So first you will see what is the market value. Market value 140 rupees. Exercise value is 50 rupees. So here the intrinsic value will be 140 minus 50, which is 90 rupees is your intrinsic value. So what will be the entry? Bank will be how much shares, the options they have exercised. You have to see 4,800 shares, right? One second. Just give me a second, guys. Yes, okay, fine. So it will be 4,800 into how much amount? 50. 4,800 into 50. So this is going to be here itself we can see. So bank it is going to be 4,800 into 50. What is this? Exercise value. So 4,20,000 rupees. Employee compensation expense is going to be 4,800 into what was the intrinsic value we found out? Intrinsic value we found out was 90 rupees. So into 90 rupees, so which will be 4,32,000 rupees. Then to equity share capital 4,800 into 10 rupees 48,000, and the remaining balance will go to securities premium account. Here you have to remember, what you have to remember? Two things you will remember. One, there will be no lapse entry if it is less than 1 year, and second, there will be no ESOP outstanding account also. So here you will do employee compensation expense, and the same employee compensation expense you have to transfer it to P&L account without fail. Okay, 4,32,000, 4,32,000. So this was your third illustration. Illustration number 4. So in illustration number 4, they tell you 1st April 2011, a company offered 100 shares to each of its 500 employees at 50 rupees per share. Okay, so what was the total options? The total options was 100 shares into 500 employees. That means the total, options was 50,000 options. Very good. 50,000 options at 50 rupees, which is your exercise value. Okay. The employees are given a year to accept the offer. So they are given a year to accept the offer. Okay. The shares issued under the plan shall subject to lock-in on transfer for 3 years from the grant date. First, I'll explain you what this sentence means. Shares issued under the plan shall be subject to lock-in on transfer for 3 years from the grant date. That means, so whatever the grant date is, here the grant date is 1st April 2011. Here the grant date is 1st April 2011. Here they tell that from 1st April 2011 to the next 3 years, which will be 31st March 2011, 2012, 31st March 2013, 31st March 2014. So till 31st March 2014, you cannot transfer these shares to anybody. You have to keep it with yourself only. The employee has to keep it with himself only. Okay, so this is the meaning of the sentence. Then they have told you that the market value of shares of the company on the grant date is 60 rupees per share. Due to post-vesting restrictions on share, they have told you that the fair value of shares issued under the plan is estimated to be 56 rupees per share. Here you can see it is not fair value of option, it is fair value of shares. So to find intrinsic value, what you will do? Fair value of shares minus exercise value. Okay. Then they tell you that on 31st March 2012, 400 employees accepted the offer and paid rupees 50 per share purchased. Nominal value of each share is 10 rupees. Okay, fine. So here what is the fair value of the share? How will you find the intrinsic value? So here the fair value of the shares is 56 rupees. Here you will have to ignore the market price. Here you will have to ignore the market price of the share. Okay, minus exercise value. So what is the exercise value here? 50 rupees is your exercise value. So your intrinsic value per share is 6 rupees. Intrinsic value per share is 6 rupees. Okay, and then here you have to just pass journal entries. So here also they have told you they have given only a year to accept the offer. That means this is also less than 1 year case only, less than 1 year. Okay. So for this, how will you do? The same only. See how many options were there actually? They gave 50,000 options, but only 400 employees accepted. That means 400 into 100 shares. That is only 40,000 options were exercised. So if 40,000 options were exercised, so this will be bank account debit 40,000 into 50 rupees will be your 50 rupees will be your exercise value, which will be 20 lakh rupees. Then employee compensation expense will be 40,000 into what was your intrinsic value per share? 6 rupees, which will be 2,40,000. Then share capital will be 40,000 into 10 rupees, 4 lakh. Then securities premium will be balance amount, or you can also do market value minus, sorry, or you can also do market value minus face value. What was the market value? Market value of share was, so see, if you are using fair value, that doesn't mean when you are calculating securities premium also, instead of market value, you will have to take fair value. While calculating securities premium also, I mean, every time you calculate securities premium, you have to always take market value of share only, which will be 60 rupees. 60 rupees minus face value was 10 rupees, 50 rupees. Okay, so it will be 40,000. Why is it 46? Wait. I just told the concept. I mean, the opposite way. So if in the question you are taking fair value of shares, sorry, I just made a mistake here. So in the question, if you are taking fair value, okay, if you are going to take fair value as your, what do you say, for calculating intrinsic value, then your securities premium also, it is going to be fair value only. Sorry guys, sorry, made a mistake here. So it is 56 minus 10, which is going to be 46 rupees. So 46 into 40,000 will give you 18,40,000. So P&L to employee compensation expense, the same thing, you will have to transfer. No lapse entry because this is less than 1 year. Final question of ESOP. Okay, here you can mark, make a star mark and write that also in securities premium, how you will calculate. Okay, last question. JKS Limited has a share capital divided into shares of 10 each, which is the face value. Granted 5 lakh equity employee stock options at 30 rupees per share. 30 rupees is your exercise value. Market value of the share is 50 rupees per share. Options were to be exercised between 15th March 2011 and 31st March 2012. I mean, 31st March 2011. That means between 15 days. This is a case of less than 1 year. Options, employee options exercised with 3,600 shares only. Okay, so 3,600 shares only they have used. So for that you have to show journal entries. This question number 5 is also same as illustration number 3 and your practical problem number 1, I think. Yes, that was the sum that we left. Yes. So this is also the same type. You can just solve it in the same way. So these were all the questions of ESOP. We have totally completed all the concepts from ICI material, all the illustration and also all the practical problems. I hope you found this session useful.
So yes guys, this was our whole ESOP chapter. I hope you definitely found it helpful. If you did, please do like, share it with your friends and also subscribe the channel, and also don't forget to comment down below your thoughts on this video and what chapter you want next. Thank you so much guys.